All right. So today we are going to go over this simple but powerful topic: communication and copywriting like a pro. So the goal of what we are looking at doing or achieving today is to ensure that two things happens. We start communicating like a professional and get a lot of things done. Then secondly, to leverage on what we learn with regards to this communication methodologies, to leverage on it in copywriting, to write content. Imagine writing a content that gets anybody, anywhere to be persuaded to bring out their money to pay. That's the power of this. So it's very, very powerful. This will also help us to actually get more done in record times. So before we get started, I want us to now you do a simple exercise before we get started, before I go deeper. Now in this exercise, I want you to write in on your book, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in like 6 lines. I'll tell you, sell me. Okay, let's say I'm someone who wants to buy, who is looking at buying solar, but I'm weighing option. Now I want you to sell me, and you are selling solar as a business, as a solution. I want you to sell it to me just in 6 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Write some of the things you think you will see, which you are to talk to the person physically or over the phone for the person to buy the solar. And the solar is 3 million naira. 3 million. So write it. Sell it. So write how you stop the person to persuade the person to buy that solar.
So I saw about the phone call.
Be it phone call or physically. Let's see.
But sorry, I want to ask, is it cold selling or warm selling?
Cold selling. The person doesn't know much about some things with regards to solar. So you are the one to persuade the person to buy from you. Someone is stuck. Let me breathe life into you. Or should I blow powder? So I think just vanish. Oh, you broke. I can cheat this client was back. And this is what you mean. Based on what you write and what you see, we determine who the client to buy from you. She say, or you or you or you. That's the thing. Just look at it that this client will come to different persons right now. So what you see will determine that. Very important. Because it's important. Because if you want to learn and master it, after doing this thing, you will now, by the end of what we will do today, you will now check, what didn't you do well? What didn't you add? What would you have added to have made this thing you are doing right now to be more effective? See that to be creative in bringing out, writing something to collect money, no easy. You have to. That's why I see people who are doing their whole, they are smart. Because they will spend days to craft words, write-ups. But the beauty of everything that you can still use that mindset, that brain to get the money legally. Legally. And I think that's again we're going to add timer. So this is going to be within the next. We only have about 2 minutes to go. Sell. So we have 3 things: 3 million naira, solar solution. Almost 1 minute gone. And we have less than 35 seconds to go. We are practicing how to be able to sell professionally. Everything we're actually doing right here, exercises, lessons, training is to ensure even you watching can be able to make the most and become a professional communicator, regardless whether you're choosing it is writing content, selling properties, whatsoever thing. And 20 seconds left. Time up. So, this is like after the writing lesson, tell you, and when they say time up, you now realize that there are 20 more things you could have written. You just remember, you want to be correct, you want to use eraser. So, let me hear from you. Or let me know it. Good afternoon, Mr. Henry. You do understand the epileptic power supply currently happening in the country, and it can be very frustrating, especially with kids and the family. I got a good solution for you. With a 3 months installment plan, I can give you a solar with over 5 kVA, and installation will be free for only just 3 million naira. Then you won't have to worry about lights and included. Or better, I think you say leave it out yourself. Because I can add a fees to it now. It's like, I want to leave it out yourself so that you know how they are leaving it out. Let's see.
Okay, so that to start Mary. You do understand the epileptic power supply currently happening in the country, and it's quite very frustrating, especially with kids and a family to provide for. I got a good solution for you. With a 3 months installment plan, you can be able to get a solar worth over 5 kVA, and installation will be free for only just 3 million naira. Then you won't have to worry about lights anymore, and you could enjoy 24/7 light with your family.
Okay, that's nice. Over to you. Because of time, we'll not have plenty of more persons to actually share. Just 2 is enough.
Okay, hello, good afternoon, sir. My name is Chisom and I'm calling from solar solution. We understand the inconvenience and losses from the power supply in Nigeria, and we want to close that bridge by providing 24 hours of power supply for people.
There's no call amount.
I don't know how much we sell.
What did you agree writing to
Okay,
me?
I know look at it.
Okay.
But I will intend to explain the thing before him will not ask me a question.
Okay. Well, this was not what I was expecting. This was not what I was expecting. If you did better because of what you don't learn, if you did better because of what you have learned before now, yes, if you did well. Yeah, because if we actually talk about the problem of light, the fact that you want to help to bring the solution, what you're calling him for is a lovely thing. So that is it. It's powerful. Now, I'm going to go just place this thing somewhere. By the end of this session, we will now see different ways to still structure how to sell this thing. And realize it is easy to sell anything, even if it's our properties, whatsoever, as long as you understand the structure. So when it comes to selling, communication-wise, so the thing is this: communication is powerful. It's not about just what you said, I said before, it's about how you want to say it. So the way I say certain things can make someone be like, oh, he's so understanding. And someone else can say the same exact thing, like, nah, this person is so hard to understand. Now, why? How the person communicates. And so, besides how you communicate it, you need to also know some of the things you should say. It's a formula. I like working with formula. It's a formula on how to structure your words to get people to buy from you. So we're going to follow up on the first formula. You use it in copywriting, in communicating with people, in anything verbally, or even in writing. It's called AIDA. So now AIDA. Now A is called attention. I is called interest. D is called desire. A is called action. There are about 5. There are actually about 12 formulas you can use. But the most popular, there are 5. So I'm going to go over this time 3 to 5. Right? Attention, interest, desire, action. You can use it to say anything. So the first thing is in attention is, when it comes to attention, you must first of all use what is called, look for the problem the person is like. In attention here, you use what is called problem or headline or filter in this case. Filter, problem, headline. That's what you use. You use filter, problem, headline, or even statement. So it can be in statistics, maybe. So it's a statement / statistics / stats. Now it can be like, statistically, 20 people out of 25 people die every day by drinking Zobo. Hey! People want to know, if you say 20 out of 25 every day that drink Zobo, they should die. What you are doing now, you are making them to become more clues to know if you say 20 out of 25, mean that most everyone that is taking it is dying. So now what can be done? Why are they dying? Now what you are doing is what? You are bringing the attention, you are increasing the attention. So you are using statistics. Statistically, every 30%, every single day, land valuation appreciates by 30%. I want you to be part of that. Or statistically, 40% of investors in XYZ location make returns. Now, anyone who watches it, you want to understand why is that thing that way? What makes it to be that way? So statistics is a way, or you make a statement. Do you know that kings are known not just by their bank account, but also by their neighborhood? It's a statement. Or do you know that you are never rich until you make money to the point that your money works while you sleep? It's a statement. So you can use statement or quote or stats. So what it does is it draws attention. Or you can use a headline. A headline can be how to make 10 million naira in 10 days, even while you sleep. Now, that is an attention-grabbing statement. Do you see that? A headline. Or it could be a problem. The problem could be how to solve or how to help your child stop bedwetting. Anybody who has a child that is bedwetting, they are looking for how to, because you have gotten their attention. So they will now give you what their ears. Or it can be how to make your first 100 million in real estate in 25 days. It's the headline. I see that. Another one is filter by using what is called comparative things. Like, or you can use comparative things. You can use locations. If, for instance, now you say how to make over 100 million by selling properties in Asaba. What have I done? I've made now. Anybody who's going to be interested in this thing is someone who has interest to sell property in Asaba. Not Lagos, not Abuja, but what? Asaba. So now by adding key things, that's what we call filter. By adding key specific things, I'll be able to filter people by anybody who sees to know that, okay, this person's content or what person is saying in the video is specifically for someone who has interest in what? Sell and make money by selling properties in Asaba. Or maybe how to make your next 50 billion by selling Lagos properties. So that is attention. Now, when you get someone's attention, they're like, okay, you now have my attention, what next? You now have an interest. Interest is like saying things that will give what you have said here a bit more light. So this is where you, in this place of interest now, this is where you add more stats or data, you add more facts. So in this place now, what you are saying here in interest is to prove what you say here in attention. If you say that 20 people out of 25 people die every year by drinking soup, in the aspect of interest, you will now say why that is so. Okay, the reason why it's so people is because according to so and so research, statistics proves that is so. In the aspect of interest, you are giving more life or more proof to what you say in the attention, or you are adding more fact to why what you say in the statement of statistics is important. Then, for desire, this is where you make them want it. Now, for desire, now one key thing about desire now is connect problem or challenge connect problem or challenge, connect a need to solve. So in here, in desire now, you must connect a need for them to solve that problem or challenge. You must connect a need to solve, and the need you must connect must be a need that should benefit them. If, for instance, now let's say, let's use, which example should we give now? Let's say someone wants to sell 20 million naira in real estate. Now you have make 20 million naira in 30 days in real estate. Now that is the headline now. Well, use attention. Make 20 million naira in 10 days in real estate. The interest is, you will not know about statistics about the proof that some percentage of people out of maybe 100%, only 20%, you can use a stat like out of the number of persons that market and sell real estate every year, only 20% make the big one. 80% only end up posting and make no sales. I want you to be part of the 20%. That is your interest now. Some of them who are watching now or reading, you know that I'm lying, I'm making posts, I never make any sale. You have now connected their interest. Now, is that now you now connect a need for them to solve that problem by saying, I know how hard it can be, making posts, doing everything you can, months after month, year after year, yet no sale. How would you feel if you're able to solve this problem? How would you feel you're able to close your next 10 million naira, 20 million naira deal in the next 30 days? What have I done now? I'm trying to connect a need for them to solve that problem. Then the action is simply a solution. Here is where we talk about how they can solve what you see here. How they can solve what you see here. You see that you said something here. You never brought the solution. You are still increasing their interest and desire, but it is here you give them the solution. How they can solve that. How they can solve it. So this is the place you bring it up. And it's very, very powerful. Because when you're able to get them to, now solution can be join our 90 days, our 90 million in 90 days challenge, where we share with you step-by-step guide on how to achieve this. Is a solution. You have to join. And your solution should be straight to the point, or make payment of 50K to be part of the people that will get XYZ training. Or send a message to this number via WhatsApp to be part of the people that will be enlisted for the training. So this place now is just straightforward solution. Now you start with this now. Anytime there's anything that comes to your mind or anything someone asks you to sell, the first thing is just write AIDA. What attention, what key thing on? Should I use headline or problem or start or statement here? What is the thing that you say that will interest more people about it? What is it that will make them to connect to that solving that problem? What is the solution? With that, it makes anybody that asks you any question. Why, if you think about it, why is it that most powerful public speakers, when you ask them something, they will not just immediately talk. They will take a seconds before they reply. They are processing it in their mind. That's why when they now talk, people are doing, yes, because they will process. Which one should I use? Should I use this? Should I use this? Should I use this? Okay, based on what you said, I think I should use one. You now start talking. That's what makes you yourself like listening to them, be like, this person is very, very, very sound. It's just simply by understanding how to speak it, how to communicate it. So this is one of the formulas in communicating it. AIDA, either. And they use this a lot in writing content, sales letter, email. This thing works magic. So we're going over another one. This one is a bit similar but different. This is another formula or method to still communicate very, very well. So this one is called PAS. 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 I use this PAS so much to the point that I use this PAS, just consistently use this PAS to make over 48,000 naira monthly as at 2018 by selling a simple product. The product cost me then, it was costing me 300 naira. I was selling it was costing me 50 naira. I was selling it 500 naira. And I sold over this thing 50 more, over 200. I saw in a month. I remember how I felt that month that I learned this strategy. I executed. I I worked on it and I was able to make money by this energy, my head grew. And I realized that it's one thing to learn, it's another thing to learn and take action. When you take action and the action comes to money, you can do better. I was going everywhere, taking action, listen. Just everywhere I would go stop. I just go, pass. Hey. I'll not stop. I'll be making the money. It was crazy. I remember that time I used my last card. Apply this one. Only thing I do was just trying to apply this one. I got some money. I used 1,000 naira my last card. I come back home with 20,000 naira. I feel fulfilled. So, this one now, P is problem. Then A is called agitates. Then S is solution. Problem, agitates, solution. Now in this place now, you see this, here you ask about what is the problem that is in front of you. Just know what is the problem. What is the problem? What? This one just answers what. What is that problem? What is it? Make sure you filter. What is that problem? Then this agitates. This is where you pour salt to injury. You look for how to make them better, make them better, like make statements that will make them feel like, oh, this problem too much. Give it solution. Maybe the person's problem is, I'm looking for a husband. That is the problem. What? I'm looking for a husband. I state. And that's like, it's quite painful. You are seeing your mates getting married, giving birth every year after year. You are just entering from one relationship to that relationship. Are you even making headway? Is it how you end up in life? You say, oh my God, this person is talking. Now it's agitated. So you will say things that make the person feel like, oh boy, if I don't solve this thing, I feel die. Oh. So then after you have made the person see the reason. Sometimes when you don't see the problem, when you are agitating will be big. Make them be as they are reading. Every point is high. From one point to another, you are going to the point that the person is like, oh, just kill me. That's agitate. Then from there, you now tell them the solution. See, I don't want you to go end this year like that. That is why I've created a group. In this group, we'll be having a meeting whereby single guys can meet and mingle with single ladies. And with this, the possibility of you getting married this year can be increased by 70%. Do you see that? I've made the person see the problem, made the person to agitate. Now, because the person knows that this problem is exactly similar to what I'm going through, and the person's solution is clear, they'll take action. That's it. That time I was selling jam. I was talking about how many people can be repeating jam, and these are real true stories. In fact, repeating jam, some people spend 7 years, 4 years, 3 years, and I talked about that. They even talk about the story of how a lady, she was in SS3, her sister was in GS3. She wrote jam for 4 years. Her sister came and joined her and was writing jam. So she not started feeling somehow. She came and met me. She was like, sir, please, I've been writing jam for 4 years. Now this is the 4th year. My sister now is writing jam with me. I would not want my sister to just pass jam and go, and me, I'll still be at home. I felt her pain. So now she knows what it is, and she realized that she will be a laughing stock if now her sister passes and she's still at home. So now I want to ask that if you would not like to be like that, get this solution. It's just 500 naira. They were rushed. So you see that here you can just see the what problem, or you can use a real story as a problem of what is happening. Then agitates, then solution. That's it. Or in this case of what is what the problem is. In agitate, you can use story in agitate. You can use story here, or you can use something that will make them dependent them. Anything to give your problem power. Then return a solution. Problem can be, have you bought a land and when you were about to go and build on the land, realize that they use machetes and use gun and pursue you from the land, and you kept on spending money after money. You are hearing that people who bought that land, they are not selling it for 50 million, but you knew you bought your own for less than 3 million, and now you would have been part of people who are going to be making profits. You are now among those who are only saying, I wish I knew. I don't want you to feel bad. It can be very disheartening.
So what if it's someone that wrote down this things, that not personal before? So like the person now does not have a problem.
That's the problem. Someone who has not bought land before, the person's problem is the fear of buying a wrong property.
Okay, in terms of telling the person things like, have you ever bought property before and you want to get machines and all this, it's not putting fear in the person.
No, I said, when I'm saying this, I'm saying agitating. See, the kind of, that's why when you're using all these things, there is something that is a constant which you must bear in mind when using all these formulas. The thing you must bear in mind is called T. And what is T? Target audience. You must know the target audience. Are you writing to someone who has bought land before? Are you writing to someone who has not bought land before? Are you writing to someone who has bought land and has made money and is looking for more lands to buy to expand his portfolio? So when you know that, the next thing you ask yourself is, what is the problem of someone who has not bought land before? What is the problem of someone that has bought land before but is scared? What's the problem of someone that has bought land and wants to make more money from land? So when you understand your target audience, it makes you to know, filter the problem. You now agitate, you now give solution. So even in videos, are you a first-time buyer or a first-time investor looking to invest in property from the savings you have been saving for the past 6 months or the past 1 year? Right now, I understand the fear of trying to buy property, and you have heard stories of people who have lost millions and millions on property deals, and I don't want you to be part of them. That is why here in Susanso Property, we have one of the best property that is verified, free of government interest, encumbrance, that gives you extra return of investment plus security of your investment. You can send me a DM, let me show you more about the property. Do that also. And talk about the problem, agitate, and solution. Straight to the point. Now with that, someone who has bought land before and wants to buy more land to expand investment portfolio may see your video and be interested, or may see it and not be interested. But most of the people that are interested in the video, someone who has saved money and doesn't want to, because people who have saved money, what they don't want to hear, they don't care about return. What they care about is, if I put my money, is it safe? That's it. So when you know that is the people you are targeting, everything you say in your write-up, in your content, what you are speaking, will be something that is targeted to them. That's why you can use what's called simple problem. Someone that has not bought land before, the problem the person has is what? Security of investment. Now you now use a story that gives vibe or statistics that makes people know that they can lose money if they don't do X, Y, Z. Now solution, how you help them to avoid what you share in the story or the problem by doing this, sending a message or sending them verified deals. Now with that, they will see you as someone that is trustworthy and has a solution for them.
Okay, so what if the person does not have money?
It depends on how money. What's his problem? How to raise money to invest in land. There is always a problem. You just need to know. That's why the goal of you knowing your target audience is that you will filter. There are many target audience. Could be someone who does not have money, but he knows people that have money. So the question now is that how to still raise money to invest in property deals, even if you have zero money in your bank account. They don't want to know how is it possible. You tell a story about someone who didn't have money, then by connecting his friends and colleagues in church or house or his neighbors or his classmates, he was able to get them to buy property, and he made commission. He was able to make money. He bought land and still had profits. Now, this is how you can achieve that by being part of our Lobzano Partners Network, where we guide you, share with you on how to get this thing done. You can send me a DM. Simple, straight to the point. Now the person knows that, okay, this is true, I don't get the money, I want to buy the land. Alright, this thing is possible. I can join the network to learn about it. And now it is straight. There's no back and forth, it's transparent and straight to the point. So this is one of the key things. Alright? Alright, so we'll go to the next one. And I hope everyone is following and understanding how this thing is going. And now you see that with this thing now, you can be able to get things done. And you can be able to use your mind creatively. And that's why sometimes someone asks me something. Why is that? Anytime you just carry phone and put in front of my face, I will just start talking. Because of the fact when I was thinking, what audience should I talk to? Audience, this audience. Okay, let me talk to this audience. Problem, sir, and this happen. Because the most powerful thing about all this is to know your audience. Then go ahead.
Okay, let's say it's a one meeting. But the person don't trust you. Maybe the person have had a bad experience before with another company. So you now approach the person and say, and I'm not telling the person that you are into real estate. You can be following the person, or the person is not indicating interest in that. So how do you present a problem, aggregate, and make the person
now, for someone who had bought property from a different company and had a bad experience, now it's obvious that the person had bought, he's not a first-time buyer. He's someone who has invested, but now he had a bad experience. But he still wants to invest. So what you now become with the problem he has, obviously, is called the fear of losing his money, or the fear of having a bad experience again. There's always a problem. The fear of losing, because obviously by having the bad experience they have can be, you can break the bad experience down. It can be he bought, there was no land, or he bought for 3 months or 1 year or 2 years, no allocation, or he bought, when he bought, he fenced it, the pieces to go block. So now the thing is that you will now filter. The problem is how to ensure, the fear of losing your money in deals, property deals, or the fear of not getting allocated. I see it now because the person is not someone the first time he has bought, but he had a negative experience. So you now break down the fear. Do you want to talk about the fear of not being allocated, the fear of this? So that's why you now, so you can now ask the person, okay, I'm quite sorry you had such bad experience. If it is me, I'll be very sad, but I would like to know what exactly was the bad experience you had. Let the person tell you. But tell you, no, I didn't like the way they talked to me. I didn't like the way they answered me. Or after I made payment, they not even send me. So you will know the exact way. So when the person tells you the exact thing in quote that is that bad experience, you will now know in your mind, okay, what will the problem person has now based on this bad experience he has shared. Maybe it's the fear of repeating that thing again, or the fear of having that kind of experience again. Now you agitate. I understand how that thing can be. After you save money to make an investment and they treated you this way. After you save money, after 3 years, made an investment, no allocation in over 2 years. So now you know how to agitate and bring a solution. And the goal is, even if someone said, I have bad experience, don't just conclude this, but understand the person. What exactly is the bad experience? I know someone who said he had a bad experience. When I asked him what was his bad experience, his bad experience was that he went for allocation. They allocated him, gave him documents, everything. On the way coming back, he had accidents with his car. For that main mountain method, he said, anything has with land. You feel God does not want you to be buying land. So that was his bad experience. So you must try to know exactly what the person's bad experience is. So that is so with this, it makes it very easy for you to connect with people very, very well. Now the next formula that we can leverage to actually get this done is called the bar. It's called the bar. 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 This is the one of the popular formulas as well that is used in storytelling. So in this place now, in the before, you got here, you got your past. Talk about your past, your challenge or your fear. Then you talk about your present, the solution, outcome, your present outcome. Then the brief is how to go from A to Z. Straight to the point. So first of all now, the before, when I got started in real estate, it was quite hard. I didn't even know how to go about it. I spent years and years trying to make money. I spent years. I spent, let me take this and stay connected. All right. I spent years and years